right, everybody. So this is Rage Sports Media and Marketing. Right now I have with me head coach of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Raiders, Shane Anderson, and wide receiver for the Mississippi Gulf Coast Raiders, Jamiek Murphy. How y'all doing today, guys?
Doing
Good.
good,
How
man.
about
Doing
yourself?
good.
Man, look, it's been a long day. I just had like three other interviews. I've been busy all day. Um, Look, so I'm gonna hit up Jamiek first. So let me ask you this, man. Um, Football. I'm positive that it's been nothing but your entire life, right?
Right.
All right. How did you first get into the sport? Did it happen with the youth? Did it happen in high school? Like, where did you go?
Yeah, it started Pee Wee actually. I was 6 years old. I didn't really have a choice. I got thrown into it and I just loved it from then.
Man, you just toss you like a bag of potatoes, like, here, go do it.
For real.
Look, man, I mean, hey, if you didn't get done that first, then you never know where you'd be at right now. Um,
Right.
Man, so look, after Pee Wee, how did you feel? Were you like, I want to do this for my rest of my life? Or was it like, I'm going to see how it is in middle school, high school?
No, I knew that's what I wanted to do. That's
All
for real.
right. All right. So, man, look, high school wise, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Saltillo High School, no, located near Tupelo, Mississippi.
So, all right. So you were by the Elvis kind of families, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Look, so out of high school, man, like when it came down to football outside of high school, did you like was your plan to go play college, to go and try to become a draft pick for that like any NFL team, or was it just like I'm gonna try and like ease my way in somewhere?
Honestly, I had dreams of going to play college ball but things don't work out like that. But I went and walked on at Holmes Community College, played a little bit there and found my way here.
All right. Speaking of now you're over at the Raiders, man. So as a Raider now, um, I've been kind of following you throughout the years. I mean, you went from the Raiders and you were playing with the Dragons. How has it changed since the time you hit semi-pro to where you're at now?
Honestly, just understanding the game more, learning more.
Okay. So I know things change. Coaches change, the playing style changes. Um, as you as a player, what just as a whole, I know your head coach is sitting right here. If there was anything that you could take from what is known now to what happened the years beforehand when you played for this team, what would you have changed?
To be honest, nothing. I wouldn't change nothing.
Okay. Um, so I've been kind of digging around with y'all for a little bit, and from what happened last year, to what's going on now, I see there's a lot of roster changes. I see there's a lot of familiar names coming in. You got Malcolm Faishon who's coming in. You got DJ Law who's coming in. With those guys being like key assets to both sides of the ball, how do you feel like your season's going to go from what it was last year to what's going to be this year?
Gonna be a big jump.
Now, you as a
Gonna be a big
player,
jump.
how do you feel like you're going to perform this year?
Honestly, man, I'm just trying to get in where I fit in.
Like I said before, you're pretty much going to be put anywhere on the ball, right?
Right.
So, speaking about that, you literally played anything that the coaches asked you. You went from wide receiver to quarterback. Like, did you play quarterback at any time in your life, or was you just like, hey, I know I can throw the ball, put me in, coach?
To be honest, I played quarterback from the time I started all the way through high school. That's the only position I played.
So, how'd you get into the wide receiver aspect?
I just like catching the ball. I like running routes. Got tired of getting hit too, but
So, you're like, no, you got to catch me now.
yeah.
Look, man, so given the opportunity to be on this, this interview with you, um, when it comes down to the next level, what do you see yourself doing? Like, do you sit there and going in the next couple of years, this year possibly? Like, where do you see?
I say by the end of this year, I'll be somewhere.
Look, man, I really hope the best for you, man, because like I said, I've been watching you from the time you got into the semi-pro to now, and you out of what I'm telling you now, you are able to be in the next level. Not many people have a talent like that, and I'm gonna keep on watching you, man, because this could be a good thing for you. You know, with the team you're with now, this can really showcase you, and I really believe that you have all that it takes to be in the next level.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. All right, Coach Shane, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's up? What's up?
Like I said, just been busy all day. So let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
Um, so how first of all, how did you even become a coach? Like, how did you even get into the coaching aspect?
So coaching, man, obviously it comes after playing. So I started coaching the little league teams around here locally. I live in Picayune, Mississippi, and I coached the PRC Blue Devils, and really built up some big relationships with some of those players. Um, we one of the players, Connor Cazenave, he's playing right now in high school. So I mean, I still follow these guys all over the place, still support them really big. But really on the semi-pro level, it came from Joshua Heppel, and late night one night he called me up and asked me if I wanted to come be his running back coach, and I said yeah. I said sure. I said it's not a problem. So I went out there to the Dragons. I got there a little bit later than what their recruiting time was and everything like that. When I got there, I quickly moved into the OC position, and we really gelled very well. And after that season that we had with them, myself and Josh, we had a conversation. We talked a lot about it, and he asked me to come on as the head coach for the inaugural season of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Raiders, and we just completed our season there, and we it didn't end the way we wanted it to, of course. We lost 3 games by one score, which that tells you right there. If one play goes differently, you know what I'm saying, we could be talking about it completely differently. We won 3 games by one score, but
Right.
it didn't. So we back to the drawing board. We learn, and we move on from that. So retooling it up and getting ready for next season already.
So when it comes down to to coaching, your coaching staff, like what do you what do you look for in the coaching staff? Because anybody can say they're a coach, but it can show tremendously that you're either you don't have it or you do. So what do you look into it?
When it comes to coaches, really the biggest thing that I look for is, for one, what's your experience in coaching? Um, what's your experience in football, period? And through talking, just even in the interview process, you can always tell with a coach whether or not they're a leader or not, because that's where it's at. You got to be a leader of men. We're not pee-wee coaches anymore or anything like that. These men, they got to believe in you. They got to buy into the system. They got to understand everything that's going on. Outside of football, all these guys know that, they can call me any time of the day or night. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be there. But when it comes to the field, it's a mutual respect there as well, and that goes along with the coaches too. As coaches, we make mistakes and things like that, but you got to have accountability. So having a mature coach on the sideline that has the football experience, has the football knowledge that they can pass along to the players, just and anybody can go and coach a game. The games aren't won on the game day. It's won outside the game day and what you do in preparation for the game. So, having that experience on the sideline in a multitude of all the different coaches, goes a long way.
For sure. Now y'all when y'all get coaches, I mean, even players, y'all go from coast to coast pretty much. I mean, y'all have players coming from New Orleans all the way from Texas to even Florida. Uh, like coaches wise, you have Coach Tim and Coach Clay who are both coming from Alabama. Um, what do you think that bringing people in from different parts of the states can bring to the team?
Well, uh, first thing is the reason you get them from different states is because not to if you get 100 people from just Picayune, Mississippi, you're not going to have the best team. If you get 100 people from Texas to Florida and you get the best athletes across the board, well, then you got a good shot at being the best team. But again, it all falls into the football experience that these guys have playing, and they got to buy into the system, man. That's the biggest thing. They got to believe. If you don't buy into the system, you don't believe, whether it's offense or defense. It's gonna come to a head and it's gonna explode eventually, and not in a good way. But as far as getting the different guys from all over the place, we got a dedicated coaching staff, man, and we got a dedicated roster, and they're dedicated to making the coaches are dedicated to making the players better every single day, and the players themselves are dedicated to the team and making it better every day. In which, in turn, in the end, it's going to give these guys a chance to get to a next level, a paid level, and really show their talents on the level that they should be.
True. So when it comes down to your practices, all right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, Jamiek? You can even sit there and chime in on this one too. As a player and a coach, when you go to your practice, what do you expect? Because I mean, some teams they'll get the most, you know, everybody's there on early on time. Some people just some teams are just late. Um, what do you do to hold your players to a higher standard? I'm gonna shoot Shane first.
Hold them to a higher standard is whether the fact or not they want to win. If they want to be the best player that they can be, they're going to be there, and that's what it boils down to. There's no other way to sugarcoat it and to put it. If you want to get better today than what you was yesterday, you need to get out there and do work. And the one thing that guys know is when it comes to practice, they ain't got to worry about me not being there. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna drive them as hard as I can to be the best player that they can be. And that's the one thing that players understand and get out of me as a coach. I'm hard to play for sometimes, but at the end of the day, I really feel like the players understand that I just want to see the best of them.
What about you, Jimmy? What you got?
I honestly just say giving 110% effort. If you're gonna be out there, we don't need no 50%. We need all you got.
Oh yeah, because I mean,
kind of touching on what you just said, Terrell, it's you know, practice on this level a lot of times with a lot of teams, and a lot of these players would tell you they came from other teams is all they want to do is line up and do 7-on-7, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And in my opinion, if that's what you want to do, they have a sport where guys wear little pieces of cloth that come out their shorts, and you can go play flag if you want to. But this is grown man football. I line you up. We do drills, individual drills. After that, we're going to do individual positional drills against the opposite position. Wide receiver against DB, offensive line against D line, and then we'll break off. What I'm saying, as a whole unit. You know what I mean? The offense and then the defense, and we'll go through our schemes, different things like that. And after that, we'll bring it together, and then we'll put 11 on 11 at practice, and that right there is where what separates us from a lot of teams is the accountability of the players being at practice. When you can practice and you got 40, 45 people at practice, you can actually get a good practice in. You got a practice where you got 7, 8, 9, 10 players. Y'all might as well go out and eat because you ain't gonna get no work in. And that's just how I feel about it. Don't nobody got no time for that. And when it boils down to it, like I said, when you're recruiting players from Texas to Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, all over, that's what you look for. How serious do you take the game? Because if you take it as serious as I do, I know you'll be there.
Now, as a head coach, when you recruit your players, a lot of these players they say, I don't play special teams. I don't want to do special teams. This is the exact position I play. A lot of people don't know if you're on special teams, you get more looks because not a lot of people want to play special teams. What's your take on that?
Special teams is a pivotal point in the game. I can tell you this much: if we kick off every time and they return it to the 50, well, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. It's got to be the best 11 on the field at all times. That's what it's got to be. If you're not putting the best 11 on the field, then you're doing a disservice to the team. You know, and that's just how I feel about it. Too many coaches play favoritism and stuff like that. But if you come around the Mississippi Gold Coast Raiders, you'll notice real quick. Saying favoritism stops at the gate. What I mean, there's none of that on the field, and that's where it kind of comes back to that. Like I said, off the field, that's my boys, but on the field, it's that respected. You know what I mean? And we get out there and get it done. Special teams is one of the biggest keys to winning the game. There's many games won off 3 points or less, and that's a fact. Missing a field goal, missing an extra point. Well, if you lost by one, now you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes down to, and it comes to play. Special teams. A lot of guys in the NFL have made a name off of special teams. Look at Devin Hester. The man. Look at Dante Hall. These guys made a name for themselves on special teams and then got moved up to, playing positions on the field at all times because of how special they were on special teams.
True. Jamiek, man. So I'm gonna get a little personal with you, man. You as a player, how has like your coaching staff like changed your view of football, like even changed your life at any point?
I would say they just put me in a position to be able to be myself on the field.
So like let's go with like what's your relationship with Coach Shane? Because I brought both of y'all in here at the same time because he talks highly about you. So I mean, like what's y'all's relationship, man?
And we talk every day almost.
That's
For
right.
real.
Man,
Yeah, we
and
really do,
that's
man. Really do.
and that's how it should be between your players and coaches. Because like if you
And
build that
it's
relationship,
it's not even always about football. It's about life, about anything. It's never just about one thing.
Yeah, for real. For real.
man,
Matter of fact, I mean, it was a few weeks ago. Jamiek hit me up. He said, Coach, what's up with you? I said, not much. What's up? He said, oh, nothing. He said, hey, I just wanted to holler at you, man. Not about no football, nothing like that. He said, just want to check on you, see how you're doing. Stuff like that. That's those relationships, man. That I'll be at Jamiek's corner till the day I die, and that's just it. He knows that. He's one of the most special players that I've ever come across, and by far one of the most athletic I've ever seen. Uh, you said earlier when you're talking to him about playing quarterback and wide receiver, uh, the man was special at quarterback. But when you talk about a showstopper at wide receiver, that's him all the way, 100%. Somebody that can run a route like Jerry Rice and has the speed, you know what I'm saying, to burn you like a Justin Jefferson. It's fun to watch, man. It is. It really is fun to watch, and I just look. I'm blessed, man. I get to see it all the time.
man. So look, Jameek, how do you prepare for your games on like game days?
Talking about like throughout the day.
Throughout the day, before the game?
Really, I just lock in, man. I don't really say too much. I just put my headphones in, get in that mode.
I feel you. So like any crazy superstitions, like you know, if I step on the grass before game, before the time hits, it's not gonna end up good. Or like, do you do like a Coach O, take the piece of grass and eat it?
Nah, nothing like that, man. I'd probably walk the field before the game just to get a feel for it. But other than that, nothing crazy.
Um, Shane, man. So do, just kind of general about the Raiders, man. Do you or the Raiders have anything like big coming up pretty soon?
Yeah, for sure. Um, so look, we're all getting together this Sunday. We have a practice Sunday in Pass Christian at 207 Fleetus Avenue, and that's in preparation for a game that we have on the 17th against the Tri-City Savages. That game is on Saturday, the 17th at again, 207 Fleetus Avenue in Pass Christian. And then that very following Sunday on the 25th, we have a game against the Mobile Miners. Both games are being played at 6 o'clock p.m. We're trying to get everybody out there. As many fans want to come. Wear your Raider gear, you get in half off. We want to put a show on for these people. And at the same time, get a good look at some of the guys we got coming for next year.
Well, I hope the best to luck with y'all in those two games. So I just want to kind of wrap this up. I just want to say I appreciate having both of y'all out here doing this interview with me. And like I said, I wish good luck on your two games that you got coming up.
Appreciate it.
And Jamiek, I really hope to at one point see you out in the next level. I'm gonna keep following you.
Appreciate it.
So look, guys, I appreciate I appreciate y'all coming out, and I will definitely love to talk to y'all later.
For sure, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.